Most men think leadership means control. It doesn't. It means direction, confidence, and calm under pressure. Women aren't drawn to men who follow. They're drawn to men who move with purpose. A man who knows what he wants, where he's going, and how to take her there. Because leadership creates safety. It creates trust. It tells her, relax, I've got this. The truth is, women fall for men whose energy leads the room, whose eyes say certainty even in chaos. She doesn't want to plan every move or fix your hesitation. She wants to feel your strength without you bragging about it. When you lead, she doesn't just see you as a man. She feels you as the anchor in a world full of drift. First, leadership creates safety, and safety creates desire. Attraction isn't built on words, it's built on energy. The reason women fall for men who lead is simple. Leadership creates safety. Not the kind of safety that comes from comfort or money, but the kind that says, I can handle life. When a woman feels that, her entire nervous system relaxes around you. She doesn't have to overthink, plan, or guide every moment because you already hold the frame. That's the invisible power of masculine leadership. It lets her step into her feminine energy without fear. When you make decisions confidently, not arrogantly, but with calm certainty, you send a silent message. You're safe here. And that's where attraction begins. Think about it. Every time you hesitate, second guess, or look to her for direction, you create uncertainty. Uncertainty kills attraction. Why? Because her instincts are ancient. Biologically, women are wired to respond to men who can take charge when the world feels unstable. She's not testing your bank account, she's testing your certainty. Leadership doesn't mean dominating or demanding. It means guiding without fear. It's your tone, your posture, your ability to stay centered when things go wrong. Most men panic under pressure. A real leader stays composed. That calm energy is magnetic because it whispers, I've been here before. I can handle it. When you lead, she doesn't have to. She can finally exhale. That's why she'll naturally start trusting your words, following your direction, and mirroring your energy. Women don't want to mother a man. They want to feel led by one. Leadership gives her that emotional security. It's not about control. It's about creating clarity in the chaos. When she feels that clarity from you, she relaxes, smiles more, and starts to open up without even realizing it. Most men chase attention. Leaders command it. They don't force, they attract. Because leadership is confidence in motion. It's decisive energy wrapped in calm authority. And when a woman feels that energy, her attraction multiplies. She doesn't fall for your looks or lines. She falls for the feeling you create when you walk in the room. That's what leadership does. It grounds her. It excites her. It makes her think, if he can handle the world, he can handle me. And that right there is the seed of deep instinctive desire. Second, leadership commands. Respect without asking for. Respect isn't something you demand, it's something you radiate. A man who leads never has to beg for respect because his presence earns it before his words do. Women can feel the difference instantly. The follower seeks validation, the leader creates it. Leadership is about holding your ground, staying sure of your direction, and refusing to be swayed by every opinion around you. It's quiet strength, not loud dominance. And that quiet strength is what makes people, especially women, lean in. When you walk with purpose, speak with certainty, and move with calm authority, you don't need to convince anyone of your worth. They feel it. Most men talk about respect, but they crumble the moment they're tested. The woman disagrees, challenges, or questions, and they fold to avoid conflict. But here's the truth. Real respect is born from how you handle tension, not how you avoid it. A man who leads doesn't get defensive. He listens, stays composed, and decides with clarity. That steadiness builds trust, and trust breeds attraction. When she realizes she can push against your boundaries and you don't lose your cool, she starts respecting you on a level that's deeper than admiration. It's instinct, because she sees what most men lack: emotional control. Leadership isn't barking orders or trying to prove you're right. It's guiding the energy of every interaction. You don't argue, you redirect. You don't beg for respect, you model it. You treat others with dignity while holding your standards firm. And that's what separates boys from men. When she sees that you respect yourself enough to walk away from disrespect, to stand by your values, and to keep your composure no matter what's thrown your way, her perception of you shifts. You stop being just another guy. You become the man she measures others against. Here's the paradox. When you stop chasing respect, you start earning it. Because respect follows strength, and strength is calmness under fire. Women don't fall for men who react to everything. They fall for men who respond with purpose. Leadership teaches you to do that, to command a room, guide a moment, or lead a life without ever raising your voice. The man who leads doesn't need approval. His confidence gives it to himself. And that kind of man doesn't ask for respect. He simply becomes impossible not to respect. Third, leadership sparks feminine surrender. When a man leads, something powerful happens. She stops fighting the current and starts flowing with it. Leadership awakens the part of her that wants to relax, trust, and let go. It's not about control, it's about energy. Masculine leadership gives direction, feminine energy responds to it. When you move with purpose, she doesn't have to overthink, compete, or dominate the moment. She can finally breathe. She can stop planning every outcome and start feeling. That's the gift leadership gives a woman. The freedom to be soft in a world that constantly forces her to be hard. A woman's surrender isn't weakness, it's her trust manifesting. But that trust must be earned. And it's earned through consistency, decisiveness, and calm confidence. When she sees that you don't get lost in emotion, that you stay grounded no matter what storm comes, her instincts shift. She doesn't see you as another man. She sees you as the anchor in chaos. That's when she begins to follow your lead, not because she has to, but because she wants to. You become the safe polarity to her emotional waves, the calm to her storm. Most men today kill attraction because they expect surrender without leadership. They demand respect without stability. But no woman surrenders to uncertainty. She may like you, but she'll never trust you, and without trust, attraction fades. Leadership creates the foundation where surrender becomes natural. You guide the direction, you hold the frame, and she naturally mirrors that strength through her softness. It's the silent dance of polarity. The masculine leads, the feminine follows, both in balance. And when you lead with purpose, she doesn't have to question what's next. She feels it in your presence, your tone, your body language. You don't need to force it or prove it. It's effortless. Leadership is in your rhythm, in the way you carry yourself, in the way you make decisions without fear. That's when she stops resisting and starts aligning. And when a woman aligns with your direction, that's when desire deepens. She doesn't just like you, she feels you. Your leadership allows her to surrender emotionally, mentally, and physically. And in that surrender lies the deepest form of feminine attraction, complete, unguarded desire. Fourth, leadership turns uncertainty into attraction. Most men kill attraction not because they lack looks or charm, but because they project uncertainty. They hesitate, overthink, and constantly seek permission. Nothing repels feminine energy faster than a man who can't decide. Leadership is the antidote. When you lead, you transform uncertainty into direction and direction into attraction. Women are drawn to men who make things simple, who take the chaos of life and turn it into clarity. When you say, "We're doing this," went with quiet confidence, it tells her everything she needs to know. You're not afraid to take responsibility. That's rare, and rarity is magnetic. Indecision is weakness disguised as politeness. The man who always asks, "What do you want to do?" doesn't sound considerate. He sounds lost. A leader doesn't need to control every moment, but he guides the flow. He chooses the path, sets the tone, and makes it easy for her to follow. That's not dominance, that's direction. It shows her you can handle pressure, take initiative, and make things happen. The truth is, attraction thrives in certainty. When you're clear on what you want, you make her feel safe enough to relax and excited enough to follow. Women test men's certainty constantly, not because they enjoy drama, but because they want to feel your steadiness. Every challenge, every delay, every small disagreement is an invitation. Can you hold your frame? If you flinch, explain too much, or look to her for cues, she feels the imbalance immediately. But if you stay calm, smile, and lead anyway, she feels something deeper: respect. Because in that moment, she sees that you don't crumble under uncertainty. You convert it into action. Leadership doesn't mean you always know what will happen. It means you move forward even when you don't. That's what makes her lean in. The way you handle the unknown tells her everything about how you'll handle her. A leader doesn't fear unpredictability, he navigates it. That's what draws her in. Your ability to make decisions without desperation, to take charge without arrogance, and to move with purpose when others freeze. When you can do that, uncertainty no longer kills attraction. It fuels it because now every moment with you feels like an adventure she can trust. Fifth, leadership inspires admiration, not just attraction. Attraction might make her notice you, but leadership makes her admire you, and admiration is what makes her stay. A woman can be physically drawn to many men, but she reserves her deepest emotional investment for the man she respects. Leadership creates that respect. When you move with purpose, live by your principles, and make decisions that align with your values, you rise above the noise of ordinary men. You're no longer competing for her attention, you're commanding her admiration. She doesn't just see you as a potential partner, she sees you as a man of vision, someone who knows where he's going and won't be swayed by temporary emotions. Admiration isn't about showing off status or wealth, it's about consistency and conviction. It's how you handle setbacks, how you treat people, how you respond when things don't go your way. Leadership is revealed in those small, quiet moments when no one's watching. It's in the calm tone you use when others panic, the focus you keep when others get distracted, the way you hold your standards no matter who challenges them. That's what impresses a woman on a deeper level. She doesn't admire the man who talks big. She admires the one who backs his words with action. When you lead your own life with structure, discipline, and purpose, you subconsciously give her something powerful to believe in. You. Every decision you make with confidence reinforces her trust in your direction. Every goal you chase with focus strengthens her belief that you're not just drifting, you're building. Women are naturally drawn to momentum, to the energy of progress. Leadership radiates that. It tells her, this man isn't stuck, he's growing. And growth is intoxicating. Here's the truth most men miss. Attraction fades when admiration dies. Looks get familiar. Chemistry cools. But admiration, the respect she feels for your mind, your discipline, your leadership, that's what keeps her emotionally invested. That's what makes her proud to stand beside you, not just be around you. When a woman admires you, she doesn't just desire you, she believes in you. And belief is the highest form of attraction. Leadership gives her something to believe in, your vision, your steadiness, your direction. That's not temporary magnetism, that's lasting power. Sixth, leadership separates men who wait from men who win. Every man faces moments that test his direction, opportunities that require action, decisions that demand courage, and situations where waiting feels safer than leading. But here's the truth. Men who wait, lose. Men who lead, win. Women can feel that difference instantly. The man who waits for the perfect time, the perfect sign, the perfect invitation, he moves from hesitation, not confidence. The man who leads acts with purpose, even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. And that willingness to move forward, to take charge when others freeze, is what sets him apart. Leadership is movement. It's the refusal to let fear dictate your pace. Most men hesitate because they fear rejection, by life, by opportunity, by women. But hesitation communicates uncertainty. It tells her you doubt yourself. And if you doubt yourself, she can't trust your direction. A leader isn't reckless, but he's decisive. He doesn't wait for the world to give him permission. He creates the path himself. That energy is magnetic because it's rare. In a society full of hesitation, initiative stands out like fire in the dark. When you lead, you become the signal others look for. You turn passivity into momentum. Women don't fall for men who talk about plans. They fall for men who act. She may not say it out loud, but she's watching how you move. Do you take initiative, or do you wait for things to happen? Do you decide, or do you defer? Leadership isn't just about leading her, it's about leading yourself first. When you chase growth, handle your responsibilities, and push through fear, she sees it. She feels it. It tells her you're not looking for comfort, you're looking for progress. And progress is addictive. Here's what separates leaders from followers. The leader risks. He risks being wrong, risks being rejected, risks standing alone. But that risk is what gives him power, because in every action, he proves he trusts himself. And a man who trusts himself becomes unstoppable. Leadership is the bridge between potential and reality. It's what turns good intentions into results. And the moment you stop waiting for permission and start leading with conviction, you stop being another man in the crowd. You become the man she notices, the man she respects, and the man she can't forget. Seventh, leadership makes her feel chosen, not chased. There's a difference between chasing a woman and choosing her. Most men chase. They run after approval, validation, attention. Leaders don't chase. They choose. Leadership flips the script completely. When you lead, your presence communicates that you're not desperate for connection. You're selective about it. You don't need her to complete you. You invite her to join the life you're already building. And that energy changes everything. Women can feel when a man's interest comes from strength rather than scarcity. When your attention is rooted in purpose, not need, she feels chosen, not hunted. That's what ignites real attraction. When you lead, you create the frame. You decide the pace, the tone, the direction. You're not begging for her time. You're offering an experience, one shaped by your standards and energy. And that subtle difference separates men who get taken for granted from men who are remembered. Because the truth is, women don't crave endless attention. They crave meaningful attention from a man who has options but chooses with intention. A leader doesn't revolve his life around a woman. He builds a life so magnetic that she naturally wants to be part of it. When a man chases, he hands over his power. He puts her on a pedestal and loses the respect he was trying to earn. But when a man leads, he remains grounded. He can show interest without losing frame, give affection without begging, and make her feel desired without losing self-respect. That's what makes her crave him. Because now she feels something rare. She feels selected. And when a woman feels chosen by a man she respects, her attraction transforms into devotion. Leadership isn't cold or distant. It's warm, steady, intentional. It's knowing your worth so deeply that you don't rush to prove it. It's about moving through life like a man with purpose and inviting her into your direction, not chasing hers. When you do that, she doesn't just want to be around you, she wants to be part of your story. She starts to see herself through your strength, your vision, your leadership, and that's when she stops seeing you as an option and starts seeing you as the man she doesn't want to lose. Conclusion. Leadership isn't about control, it's about direction, composure, and purpose. It's the silent force that separates men who drift from men who dominate their path. Women love men who lead because leadership creates something no words can: emotional safety and magnetic certainty. It's the calm in your eyes when chaos hits, the steadiness in your tone when others panic, the confidence in your decisions when the world hesitates. When you lead, you give her permission to relax into her femininity, to trust your guidance, and to admire your strength. She doesn't fall for your looks or lines. She falls for how you make her feel when she's around you. Safe, excited, grounded, and chosen. Leadership turns attraction into respect and respect into obsession. It makes her see you as the man who doesn't chase validation, because he is validation. The man who doesn't wait for opportunities because he creates them. When you become that man, focused, firm, and unshakably grounded, you don't have to convince anyone to follow your lead. They feel it. And the woman who truly recognizes that kind of energy won't just want you, she'll align herself with your direction. Because real leadership doesn't pursue love, it inspires it.